Welcome back, everyone, to another video on Sweets. I was about to say another episode, but this is a cookie cake, my first cookie cake. I absolutely love chocolate chip. I think that might be my favorite cookie is chocolate chip, and I love cookie cakes. I would rather have a cookie cake than eat an actual cake, and this was for my birthday. I wasn't in town for my actual birthday, so when I got back, I decided to make myself a cookie cake. And I did not use a specific cookie cake recipe. I used my regular chocolate chip cookie recipe, and then I doubled the recipe, I believe, and then I just put it flat into my pan. I also use this pan for my number cakes, which is also what I'm making for myself, is a number cake. I believe the pan is 9 inches, and as you can see, my numbers are 10 inches. I think they are 10 inches. So it threw me off when I couldn't do it, so I had to freehand it. This is my first time ever freehanding, making numbers. I normally like to have a stencil just so I can make sure they're both even, and I think I did pretty good. The one thing I was a little upset about was just my spacing on my numbers and how one was a little bit taller. Not taller, but a little bit higher than the other number, and I don't like to move them because I get scared that something like it's gonna come apart or something, but maybe that's just something that gets better with time. So and this was just a sharp knife that I had. It wasn't specifically for baking or anything like that. I saved the pieces and we ate them, me and Sadie and my boyfriend. So we also the buttercream that I used was just a regular American buttercream. I had made some right before I made the cookie cake just so it was ready for me to pipe. And the tip that I'm using, I use it whenever I do number cakes, so I can put that in the description box below, but it's just a big round tip. And I later on in the video I do use some food coloring, so I can put that also in the description box below. I was looking for a food coloring that gives me vibrant colors, but vibrant colors, and because I was trying to make black when I bought them, and the black isn't bad. I think I've never actually made black, so I really have nothing else to compare it to, or I've seen people make it on YouTube, but I haven't made it for myself. But the black was pretty good. It's Ann Clark. I got this one off of Amazon because at the time her website was sold out. So I will put that in the description box below. I was so happy. This is my first year ever making myself a birthday cake, so I was pretty excited about it, and it actually didn't take me that long. Normally my mom buys me a cookie cake. Shout out to moms. She buys me a cookie cake on my birthday, and she asked me if I wanted one, but I was like, let's just make it myself this year, and that's what I did. So and it's almost the same process to me as making a number cake, actual cake. You're just working on, to me, more of a smaller scale, and it's not as sturdy as cake can be. I actually didn't freeze this or put it in the refrigerator. I made it maybe 30 minutes to an hour before I cut it, maybe even 2 hours, and then I just cut it. That's the one thing I'm gonna say that I like better than cakes, is I just know not the waiting process, and I get scared when I do number cakes and I have to cut them, because if I use frozen cake, it's a little bit harder, or if I just keep it in the fridge, then it's not as firm as I would like it to be. So maybe a tip would be you can put it in the freezer to get it firm, and I don't want to say a couple minutes, but yeah, maybe an hour to a couple hours before you're gonna cut the cake and start decorating. Then you can take it out to where it could be that firmness and it's easy to cut. Crumbs aren't falling everywhere. And yeah, the other thing that I really like about cookie cakes is, as you can see, I don't have to worry about the stickiness of a cake, if that makes sense. I don't have to worry about if the cake is if I put the cake top side down, that the cake is gonna stick to my cake board, whereas the cookie I can literally just move around, which is something that I loved. And I mean, who just doesn't love chocolate chip cookies? So like I said, I use a vanilla buttercream here, and I have been using that Swiss meringue that you guys saw in my last video, which was, oh yes, about the anniversary cake. And I will be uploading another video. It's kind of like a story time, but it's really more of me telling you guys my mistakes, because as I'm making my mistakes, I'm also looking for videos to help me understand my mistakes, and I'm not able to find them. So I want videos that I couldn't find for everyone else, because maybe you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did, or maybe you can tell me something wrong that I did. I just greatly appreciate the feedback and just everyone helping each other. So, sorry, I was taking some brownies out of the oven. Now, yes, I did turn 25. And this part, I broke apart the cookie because it was just, you can't even tell where I broke the cookie once you see the decoration that I did. I believe this color was the fuchsia color, and those rosettes look absolutely beautiful. And that tip is 1M, Wilton 1M tip. I also got my piping bags from Amazon, which such a long time ago. I ran out. And another thing I wish I would have done is just save a little bit of each color, but I was making the colors on the fly. No, this tip is Wilton 1M, sorry about that. But I wish I would have just saved a little bit of each color, so just to spread out the colors that I was using. And it's not just, none of these are my favorite color. I literally was just playing with colors just to see what they looked like. I really did like, maybe that's a purplish, maybe like a lavenderish color. I really did like that. And this one was a mixture of the blue and the gray. I made gray. Well, no, it was supposed to be black, and it kind of turned out gray, so I wasn't worried about it, because like I said, this was for me. And I was so excited because I made my first number cake, my first cookie number cake for myself for my birthday. And I was so excited. So it was gone literally, I think maybe 2-3 days after that. It was so good. The cake board I got from Walmart, I believe, and I think it's a 12-inch cake board. If I can find where I got it, I will put that in the description box. As I'm finishing up right now, I can't thank you guys enough for your views and subscribing to the channel. As I'm growing and learning, I see that I'm also getting more views. So I thank you, and I also want to thank God for the journey that He's brought me on, and I just can't thank you guys enough. So everyone, have a great day. Until the next video, which maybe I'll upload this week. See you guys later.